Now that we've got everything laid out and sounding really great, now it's the time for the director to show up and come in and make his or her final notes. We do what I call tweezing, small little notes that make it just 10 times better. It sounds great, but we want to get it just to the next level. How do we do that? Well, I'm going to show you how to do it on a couple of our example videos and hopefully give you some ideas so that when the director comes in, you can work super fast and they hire you again and again and again. And if you're the director, makes this process super easy. You don't have to sweat it. Let's roll. Now this is an unobtrusive, unseeming scene, but it's got all kinds of sound effects that we get to put into it to make this dream sequence actually make sense. But also notice what's not there in the ambiances.
Creating itself, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, like I'm discovering it.
Genuine inspiration, right? Now in a dream, our mind
Notice there's no traffic and they're out in the streets in Paris or some French cafe.
and perceive our world simultaneously, and our mind does this so well that we don't even know what's happening. That allows us
There's also nobody talking.
process
How?
by taking over the creating part. Now this is where I need you. You create the world of the dream. We bring the subject into that dream. And
Now
they
listen
feel
to
it.
this guy get up and leave behind you here in a second.
How could I ever acquire enough detail
That guy with the
to make them
newspaper.
think that it's reality?
Well, dreams, they feel real while we're in them, right? It's only when we wake up that we realize something was actually.
We're gonna have a big explosion of sounds and cool stuff,
ask you a question.
which is
You
awesome
never really
in a second here.
remember the beginning of a dream, do you? You always wind up right in the middle of what's
There he
going
goes.
on.
I guess, yeah.
So how did we end up here?
Weird that they didn't put any sound in for him, isn't it?
Think about it, Ariadne. How did you
Interesting way to keep it a little unreal because they're actually in a dream sequence.
We're dreaming?
You're actually in the middle of the workshop right now, sleeping. This is your first lesson in shared dreaming. Stay calm. Never just a dream, is it?
And then moving into that
Peaceful
song
glass works like
that always wakes them up is so cool.
That's why the military developed dream sharing. It was a training program for soldiers to shoot and stab.
When I'm in a mix and I got to sit down with the director and try to explain to them the process of mixing, it's just an impossible task because there's so many aspects of mixing. As you're seeing, I mean, it's just hours and hours of education just to get some of these basics down. And it's not a director's job to know how to mix. But it is my job and our job to be able to explain to the creatives, including yourselves, what's the most important thing we should be thinking about in a mix. There's three things. You want to be thinking about the immersion, you want to be thinking about the plot or the story, and you want to be thinking about the emotion. And you can never have all three loud in a mix. If you do, it's just too loud and you've got a bad mix. You can have one, maybe two going, and that's what you have to choose. And that's what I give directors the opportunity to think about. Those are the only choices I give them. If I've done my job right, and if the mix has done its job right, everything's balanced and feeling good and all of that, it just comes down to contouring that mix and making the choice. Okay, now do we want to feel emotion, which means the music needs to come up? Do we want to feel immersion, which means the sound effects, Foley, and ambiances need to come up? Do we want to feel story? That means that the sound effects, ambiances, Foley, and the music comes down. Notice I didn't say turn the dialogue up, because the dialogue is already the loudest thing. We don't want to have to turn it up. The only reason we move dialogue is for ambient situations, when someone's talking quietly or someone's yelling crazily. That should be built into the dynamics of your track. It shouldn't be something that's moved in order to get more story. The story is always going to be there, and hopefully you've done a good job of it. It's either we want to turn up the emotion or the immersion or pull them down to help accentuate the story. In the process of mixing, we've routed our sound to buses, and if you're using Pro Tools or something that has VCAs to control multiple faders all at once, which is a really important thing because when we get to this segment of the mix where the director's sitting there and all the little niggling bits have been kind of handled and you're just doing contouring of immersion, emotion, or story, you don't want to have to be moving a whole bunch of faders. You just want to move one fader for all the immersion, one fader for the story, and one fader for the emotion. And that's where those buses and VCAs come in. Take all those buses and VCAs, however many of you have, 3, 4, 5 of them, move them all the way to the left, and let that be the only thing that you're mixing with. Pushing those up, pushing the dialogue up, all the dialogue tracks come up, pushing the immersion, and all the sound effects, ambiances, and Foley come up, and the same with the music. That's how we want to organize this, and that's how we want to finish off our mix, doing that contouring. So is there a rule or some kind of rule of thumb for which one of these three to use when? You know, immersion, story, or emotion? Well, I have my opinion about it, of course. And you're going to work with the director, or you're going to be the director and make up your own aesthetic about it. But for me, say in an action scene, dialogue's kind of not important. If you're in a war zone, nobody cares, and they're not actually able to listen to your lovely love sonnets while explosions are going off, okay? So you're gonna be balancing immersion in sound effects with the emotion of music. And although I said earlier you can have two of these three going, maybe, the two that you can't have going at the same time are immersion and emotion. Those two will kill you if you turn them both up at the same time. It'll just be too loud and a giant mush. Not even Notch EQ can really fix that very well. So you're going to be going between, I really want them to feel something, and I really want them to be involved in the explosions and all that stuff. For drama, pretty much it's going to be dialogue and music. Music's going to be the thing that you're going to have up during a drama to have people feel, and then maybe if there's some kind of sound effects or things, you need to kind of ramp those down and make that happen. Generally speaking, ain't no such thing. There's only figuring out from moment to moment, what do I want the audience to feel? Where do I want them to be, immersed or not? And are we sure they're getting the story? All right, so we're here in our final session. The director's there, the producers are there, their girlfriends and wives are there, and hopefully they're both not there at the same time because that gets scary. Yes! But anyway, we need to move fast. We've got this mix now sounding pretty good. We think it's something that we want to have to share with the directors and everyone else. And if this is you, then that's you. But we're feeling good about it. Now we just need to tweeze. How do we tweeze? Well, the best way to tweeze is to sit there with a piece of paper. I'm not kidding. Not an iPad, not an iPhone, or your computer, actually. Something you can type at least 40 words a minute on, or write 40 minutes. That's great. 40 words a minute on, and make your notes. You'll want to have your time code available and just play it down. Play it end to end and mark your notes. So here's what I'd like you to do. And this is how you do it fast. You just take a piece of paper. I'm going to take a piece of paper just like this. I'm making my own Foley, look. And then we're going to mark down notes, and you're going to mark down your notes. Hopefully you're going to watch this on headphones because this is a really good way to listen, or you've got fantastic JBL monitors on your side. You're going to do this. Now imagine you're here doing this, the director's doing it, the engineer, you're doing it, the producer's doing it, everybody's doing it, and everybody's having their notes. And you're going to write down the time code, and every time you hear something you want to go back and tweeze and fix, you write it down. You don't stop ever unless there's a technical problem or something goes out of sync or whatever, then you stop and move on, or somebody's got to go pee. But ready? Got your paper? Got your pen or your computer or whatever it is you can type 40 words a minute on or faster? Remembering that you're doing this, writing down the time code. That way we can always go back and check. Now you check my work as well. I'm going to write down. Ready? Begin.
Mr. Snow.
Snurd.
Snurd. Mr. Snurd?
Snurd.
Okay. I'm hearing interesting reports in the area of a new kind of exterminator.
The exterminator?
Oh.
The extermination that we're talking about is not bugs. It's about plants. And these are not just plants. I mean, look at these. People just think they're They think they're just leaves, but really these are from plant people from Pluto. NASA declared their planet not to be a planet. That's planetism. And they're furious. And they've been infiltrating our world. It's made its way into our vocabulary. The corn has ears. The potatoes have...
Okay, that was really weird. Let's go back. Here we go.
And they're furious. And they've been infiltrating our world. It's made its way into our vocabulary. The corn has ears. The potatoes have eyes. A seed of dissent. The root of all evil. They're around us everywhere.
Are you saying you're a vegetarian, Mr. Snow?
Okay, I'm going to write down one more little note that I found. This one here, and I'm sure you're finishing as well. Okay, here's what I got. Let's see what you got. And if you got something different than me, post it on the blog. I'd love to hear what it is you had. I've got 5 seconds right at the top. Her dialogue seems thick compared to the music. Even though we fixed it in the last chapter, the music to be a little bit, cooler. I think she sounds a little thick in the voice.
Mr. Snow.
Just a little bumpy going on in there. So here's a parametric EQ. I bet you we have automation. Let's just take a look at the basic grade. The basic grade, I've got a 300. Where am I boosting something here? Yeah, here's the 150. Let's pull this down some.
Mr. Snow.
Yeah, that's a lot better. Simple. Okay. And then I've got another one at 18 seconds. So here we're going to go 01:00, 18, 00. And I've got that the background seems a little thick also and a little soft. The kids in the background.
The exterminator?
Oh.
The extermination that we're talking...
It seems a little low and a little thick. Let's find them. Yeah, these guys. So let's add a little EQ. We're just going to pull out some of this middle low stuff here. Am I in? I'm going to find out in a second. And we'll push them up just maybe a few dB here at the EQ level.
That we're talking about is not bugs. It's about plants. And these are not just plants. I mean, look.
That sounds fine. And now at 28 seconds, I've got that the bag seems too loud.
Extermination that we're talking about is not bugs. It's about plants.
Actually, it seems too loud right here. And that may be us in the wonderful world of Foley. Could be.
Oh.
The extermination that we're talking about is not bugs. It's about plants. And these are not just plants. I mean, look at these. People just think they're just leaves, but really these are from plant people from Pluto. NASA declared their planet.
That's a little bit nicer. And then when he leaves, I've got the next one is at 48 seconds. That the footsteps seem a little too chunky, a little too loud.
Dissent, the root of all evil. They're around us everywhere.
His first few footsteps are just too doggone loud. Too loud. So sorry. We're going to go here, deselect all of them. We're going to take this and kill them. We're going to pull this down and this down. You down. Let's see how it is now. And this one just is weird to me. We're just going to kind of segregate it.
Are you
probably still a little too loud to me.
Are you saying you're a
And then the move children is way too loud as well. Way too loud for what we're trying to do here.
Are you saying you're
Everything else about it's pretty good. We'll just pull it out here.
Are you saying you're a vegetarian, Mr.
And then the last thing is once we've pulled him down,
Are you saying you're a
split the difference here.
Are you saying you're a vegetarian?
Then the screaming guy, it's probably too loud, as funny as that is. Cool.
Are you saying you're a vegetarian, Mr. Snow?
And that's it. And then what would happen is you're going to put your notes in, and then the producer puts his notes in. And usually, either way, I like to do it because everybody feels good about it. It becomes sort of a game. I've got a 14-second. What do you have? And someone says, well, I got a one at 12 second. Oh, I got one at 5 minutes. Oh, I got one at 3 minutes 15. Okay, I'm going. Okay, next, moving on. And then everybody feels like they're involved. Everybody feels like they have a contribution, which is, as you know, in the world of management, very, very important. And then once you get everybody's notes in, you do it again. You do a second pass, and then you make more notes, which is great. We love making notes because every time we go through this, we find other things that we hate or things that need to get fixed or things that weren't quite right before. So in this case, you just keep doing these passes of notes on your tweezing sessions until the notes that you're getting are either so insignificant or so small or there are no notes. And everybody's like, we're so tired of listening to this, but these notes are really just not that important. And that you have all of the technical issues solved. There are no more technical issues. Once there's no more technical issues, then it's just up to the director and the feel, what it is they're looking for. The only one I want to double check is the opening.
Mr. Snow.
Snow.
I like everything about that except the opening fade, which seems funky, and I can tell you why immediately. It is a straight, cross, horrible, who did this? Me, fade. Yeah, and I'm going to pull it out just a little longer. Much nicer. All right, so we're going to save, and then in the next chapters, we're going to show you how to do an export, but this would be, this is a super simple little thing. Not much to be done. Let's check out the next example. All right, here we are for the tweezing session for Macbeth. As always, we want to move fast. And here's the best way to move fast. With the ENG sequence, it wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, it's just not that big of a mix. But in this mix, we've got almost 50 channels. This is one of our larger mixes. And what we need to do is balance, as we've mentioned in the prior education, we need to balance immersion with story, with emotion. And we can keep cycling back and forth through all of these things and, make that happen. That gets really, really old. And what we need to do is kind of concentrate our buses, our disciplines in one place. Now, some digital audio workstations allow you to be able to do VCAs, which we've talked about in the past. And VCAs would allow you to couple all of your buses on one fader or a bunch of different kinds of discipline buses, like maybe Foley and sound effects together. And that's cool, the Foley bus with the sound effects bus, and you can control them both together. And in fact, what we could do if we wanted is send the output of this bus not to the master, but to another 5.1 bus and the Foley to that bus, and then we'd have sound effects and Foley and maybe even ambiances if you wanted on a bus. But in this case, in Audition, it's not that big of a deal. And what we want to do is collate our buses in one place. So there's the DX bus. Oh, let me show you one other thing you need to know. I didn't show you this on the ENG piece because we didn't use it much. But let me show you what's happening. We're going to go into this quite a bit in a future chapter here in the mix session. But what is happening here on the end? First of all, we have our mix from the Spatial Audio Designer for the headphones, and you'll be definitely wanting to be listening to all this on headphones. And then I have a nice, easy compressor. This is the Waves Renaissance compressor. And right now it's not doing anything, but what it ultimately will do is contour the volume of the mix, take away some of the hyper louds and the hyper softs. Once we get the mix to a place that we like it and it's feeling good and sounding good and we don't have any more things on our list, then we start doing a mastering, which we talk about extensively later. And then of course at the end we've got our hard limiter at minus 0.2 rather. And all of these settings we've talked about before. Ooh, that's bad. That should be off. Okay, just so that you know. Let's do this. I'm going to go back to the mixer. We'll hit save. And we'll go up here to the top, and you can see all of our buses are happily up here. And I've got my paper, if you've got yours. And we're going to be reading off this. Why is my time code so very small? Hi. And we're reading it off of here. Paper Foley. Making my thing here. Moving my mouse pad. Or my bamboo pad, rather. There's no mouse around here. I hate mice. Rats are cool. I had a pet rat once. I was in Lucy. Sweet little rat. All right, you ready? Here we go.
How
now? What news?
He hath almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
Know you not he has.
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people. They will be worn in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since? And wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time such I account thy love. But thou feared to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire. Wouldst thou have that which thou esteem'st the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I want like a poor cat in the adage?
Prithee, peace. I will do all that would become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more than man. Nor time nor place did then adhere, and yet you would make both. They have made themselves, and that their fitness now does unmake you. I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this.
If we should fail.
We fail? But screw your courage to the sticking place and will not fail.
Bring forth men children only, for thy undaunted mettle should compose nothing but males. I am settled. Away and mock the time with fairest show. False face must hide what false heart doth know.
Okay. Woo. I've got about a page of notes here. How many do you have? Lovely. Okay. And as always, we're like, I've got this many notes. How many do you have? Oh, great. Let's start with the first one. I bet you I have the topmost one, unless some of you have one at the very, very top, which is what I have. The ambiences seem to kind of bang in. Let's see how they fade. Yeah, they bang in because they do. Wham. They probably should come out to about here. And see how this, once we get to the tweezing stage, you see how easy this is. It's not hard. Now you just got nice notes and everybody's got their opinions and you just keep going. Let's see what all this noise is. Part of it. Those guys. And that. I'm going to make this one, because it just sounds like a bunch of noise coming in. I'm going to make this one super long. And let me open up. Make this a little less curvy. Even more. Feels like it's ramping in. I may do one of these. Yeah, that feels a little bit better. I may also pull this ambience down a little bit. It just is a lot of noise. It's the same with this. I'll fade up these crickets a little bit better. Yeah, that's nice.
How now? What new?
My next one is 17. She's just a little soft. Let's zoom out here.
Why have you left the chamber?
Yeah, her general line here seems a little low to me.
Almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
She just comes in and doesn't quite make it in as much as I'd like. Oh, how about we don't? Oh, yeah, we've got pre-render on. Let's turn pre-render off for a moment. Goodbye. And we're going to just pull it up a little faster, stronger, faster, better.
almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
And this needs to come forward even more faster.
She hath almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Good, 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 good. Much happier?
She hath almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Yes. Good. Oh, I got a whole bunch of her dialogue notes here. And then the next one's at 38. The was is a little low. 38 is here.
Wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since? And wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since?
That's a note I can't hardly read. It says was, but that must not be it.
Was the hope.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's it right there. Good for me. Was a hope.
Was the hope a dream?
And then we got to get out by hope, of course.
Was the hope. Was the hope a drunk wherein you dressed yourself?
And then the next one is 42, which is another one of these dialogue bits. It's low.
Green and pale at what I did so freely.
Oh, a little bit earlier then.
And wakes it now to.
And wakes
And wakes it now to.
wakes it now.
And wakes it now.
Just going to help. Ooh, let's not do that. It's going to help it now.
And wakes it now to look. And wakes it now to look so green.
Cool. And then another one at 51. This one is, what's she saying? At thou.
This time such I account thy love. Without fear.
Yeah, this thing here. You guys caught this one for sure. I know. That's way too low.
Thy love. Without fear.
And that's on, so we want to get away from his breathing, which is kind of a bummer.
Thy love. Without fear.
So we got to split the difference here.
Thy love. Without fear.
I can go with that. Go with God. Turn over the half page and then fade out source slower is what's next. You guys definitely heard that. It just feels like the original score stuff comes in and it's like, oh man, what happened to my cool music here? I need more music. Let's see. A big fader-like move. Which will just delete all of these pieces, including this one. And in fact, I may just hold this longer and pull it down here. Let's see how we do. Oh, let's put her back into pre-render. We can listen to this while this works.
Art and desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteemest the ornament of life, and live art and desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou...
Yeah, that's much nicer, much smoother. We like it. What else have I got? Oh, the Vox gets too loud on the yell. Yeah, she kind of gets loud, a little too loud, a little too much dynamics for
Art
us.
and desire? Coward, and I know esteem!
I mean, she goes out to -2, so yeah, too much. Let's see how we can fix that. This is a very complicated situation, but I think because we have the dialogue bus available to us, and I don't think there's any automation here, we'll just do this. This is another great example of just having to move the dialogue bus some. Okay, let's go back and see if that works in context.
It's the ornament of life, and live a coward, and I know esteem.
Coward's now just a little bit too low for my taste.
It's the ornament of life, and live a coward, and I know esteem.
Esteem.
And I know esteem.
Now esteem needs help.
And I know esteem. And I know esteem.
And the m of the esteem we do.
And I know esteem. And I know esteem.
Beautiful.
Live a coward, and I know esteem. Letting I dare not wait upon I want like a bullcat.
And then she gets loud once again.
Letting I dare not.
And then she's loud here. Probably leave it down for this bit.
Letting I dare not wait upon I want like a bullshit.
And she gets soft, just soft here for a moment. Just dialogue balancing now that all the elements are in.
Letting I dare not wait upon I want like a bullshit in the adage.
Adage.
In the adage.
So this needs to come to here.
Not wait upon I want like a bullshit in the adage.
Prithee.
Much nicer.
Letting I dare not wait upon I want like a bullshit in the adage.
Prithee.
Yeah, and that's great. There's really no way to have known this until you put all the elements in. I mean, that's a pretty wild setting, but it's also, I'm not doing a lot of compression. The ozone, or the, they were doing ozone, are we not? Compression? Yeah, this is multiband.
And live a coward, and I know the sea.
It's not doing a whole lot for us. So it's very, very mild setting to keep things under control, but this is very, very dynamic.
And live a coward, and I know the sea. Letting I dare not wait upon I want like a bullshit in the adage.
Prithee. Peace.
Okay, what else have we got? I got 104. What's next? Vox gets too loud on the yell. 127. What beast is low?
What beast was it then that made...
Different track. That's the reason for that. We'll take a look.
What beast was...
And beast is probably okay. It's the what part that should probably not have gone all the way down here. We'll just get rid of that for a second.
What beast?
We'll probably help it a little bit more.
What beast was it that... What beast was it?
And this is needs to be contoured.
What beast was... What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me?
It's pre-render that's causing us all this issue here.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me?
And beast is just a problem, as I recall. I remember working.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me?
Yeah. Okay, and back to pre-render it goes. No, I want you to be smaller. Thank you. What else have I got in here? Clothing too much on the disc. We're at 138. We're almost there. Yeah, this is on her hand slide. I got to double check to see what's going on in her dialogue, because that may be what's so loud.
When you just do it.
I mean, that's really all I need.
When you just do it. When you just...
That's a lot of that.
When you just do it.
And I know we have this automation here in this channel. I'm thinking we may want to rethink how we're doing this automation. That we may want to keep it down, the high bending down here, a little bit longer.
When you just do it.
It's just really, really loud. There really wasn't a way to fix it. And we wanted it. It's nice Foley, but it just might be too much. So.
When you just do it, then you... When you just do it, then you were a man.
And I need to return it back to its normal state.
When you just do it, then you were a man.
Okay. And we're darkening her dialogue just a little bit, but I don't think it's too bad. Now let's put everything else in and see how we do. Oops, sorry.
When you just do it, then you were a man.
That's lovely. So much nicer. So much nicer. What else have I got? I got made themselves. They have made themselves is low.
Then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more than man. Nor time nor place did then adhere, and yet you would make both. They have made themselves.
Yeah, the word made. Let's try it just from here. I might be able just to get it.
Make both. They have made themselves. Make both. They have made themselves.
Beautiful. Lovely. And what else I got? The finger Foley is slightly move. Oh, needs to be slightly more. Right here. So we're going to go to the Foley bus and just do a little touch-up.
I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would.
That was it. Just added a decibel
I
or
have
so.
given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me.
That's all we needed. And then what else have I got? The music is too much than if we went
I have
20.
bashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this.
If we should
Yeah, if we should fail. This is that same place that we worked on the the bassoons and the horns.
Warn as you have done to this. I so sworn as you have done to this.
if we should fail.
Cool. And then what else have I got? The flutes are too loud at 237. So this isn't something I can do with the buses. I just got to drop over here to the woodwind track and drop it into the touch.
Children only, for thy undaunted mettle should compose not
fail.
Bring forth men children only, for thy undaunted
And that's that. And then I am settled. Her voice is low.
mettle should compose nothing but males. I am settled,
Oh, yeah. Totally needed to happen.
nothing but males.
Let's do it without the breath.
Nothing but males. I am settled,
Beautiful.
nothing but males. I am settled.
Be great if it did it.
Nothing but males.
Wonder why it's not going to automate for me.
Only, for thy undaunted mettle should compose nothing but males. I am settled. Only, for thy undaunted mettle should compose nothing but males. I am settled. Away and mock the time with fairest show.
And the next one I have is at 53, where he says false face is low.
False face must
Okay, so false face.
false face must hide what
Just the false part, not the face part, obviously. We'll save. And those are all the notes that I have. Let's go back, check our opening, and I will go back and do more notes the same. But again, the process is to keep going through here and making notes and notes and notes until the integration of all bits, you run out of notes and run out of things. And we'll go back and check it out again until we like it. And then you'll hear it again when we do our export. All right, let's tweeze the beach scene. And actually, I'm so very pleased with how this scene turned out because it was so bad, the dialogue that we had to record and all the things that we had to do to get it clean, to get it working, and that it could possibly work at all. I mean, recording on a beach, just don't try to do it. If you have to, you're going to be an ADR, but that we've been able to clean it up at all and make something of it. I'm very pleased. So let's see if we can make it just that much better here at minus 20 dB dialogue. Norm, let's check it out. And I think right away our music starts too loud. Just those first couple of hits seem a little strong. And I think the bag's probably a little loud as well. And that's something we want to grab over here. I like that it's big and comedic, but it's a little loud. So it's over here where it says bag. How convenient. Maybe a little less.
What? I had a yoga class for you, or I got your text?
Yeah, the music's just still kind of too loud there.
What? I had a yoga class for you, or I got your text? Got to put my phone on silent. It was? Well, it sounded urgent.
The music's a little in my way again.
Well, it sounded urgent.
Well, actually, we could leave it up until he says it sounded urgent.
Well, it sounded urgent.
Did it?
Mama's almost out of mana.
Let's see if that phone click is good.
Did it?
Mama's all.
Which we decided to add here at the last minute because I was missing it.
Did it?
Mama's almost out.
We could pull it down just a little bit.
Did it?
Oh, that's a sound effect. Right.
Did it?
Mama's almost out of mana. Little tank had.
I could sure use the word little, couldn't you?
Mama's almost out of mana. Little tank.
Yeah, little. Let's go find it and help little tank.
Mama's almost out of mana. Little tank.
Yeah, right there. Little tank.
Mana. Little tank.
Maybe even a slight bit more.
Almost out of mana. Little tank.
There we go.
Little tank.
Oh, he does it again, doesn't he?
Almost out of mana. Little tank.
Oh, yeah, you can just see it. Cool. Tweezing's fun. And this is where we kind of put in all the technical aspects of everything and we judge whether we want immersion, emotion, or story.
Little tank.
Ooh, this one we're really going to have to push. But mainly, hopefully we've established most of that by now, and it's just the technical stuff that we're fixing.
Little tank.
Yeah, that'll work nice. We'll save.
Little tank had better get to the beach soon and buy me a drink, or the magic spells will be all.
I know we're doing distance to counter mixing there, but it seems a little bumpy.
Little tank had better get to the beach soon and buy me a drink.
I might just split the difference there.
Little tank had better get to the beach soon and buy me a drink. Little tank had better get to the beach soon.
I think it's probably here in the parametric EQ. Yeah, let's just pull the lows down a little bit.
Little tank had better get to the beach soon and buy me a drink.
Maybe even more.
Little tank had better get to the beach soon and buy me a drink, or the magic spells will.
And this is the worst dialogue, right? We all agree this is the worst sounding dialogue. It's got junk in it.
Little tank had better get to the beach soon and buy me a drink, or the magic.
So, and we did a great job cleaning this dialogue. There is nothing else to be cleaned about it. It is what it is. And we've looked at the ADR and we've looked at all kinds of other things and there's just nothing for it. It is what it is. Sorry.
Little tank had better get to the beach soon and buy me a drink, or the magic spells will be all dried up.
And what we can do, if we want, now it gets a little tricky, is we can turn up the high frequencies of the surf. And because that's really what's in there. There was a big wave or its jacket or something that was going on. So let's check out the room tone. And that's the mid-level of what's happening in the surf. Looks like we're already doing a big ramp up. And maybe that's not going to be enough. We may need to put a surf bit in. Let's also double check here. Yeah, we're doing okay. So I don't think there's any clips, any clip EQ. No. Okay, so what let's try is adding in the sound effects part of the surf and see if we can just help mask, if we can, all that noisy noise. And we'll just use one of these sound effects. We're going to go up there to sound effects 2, I believe. Sounds good. Let's take a look here at this channel. We want it to be dead center middle. There's nothing else on this sound effects channel.
Almost out of mana. Little tank had better get to the beach soon.
So that's where it's got to be. Better get to the beach soon is where we really hear it.
Little tank had better get to the beach soon.
It's just going to come out and poke through no matter what. It'll sound like some kind of shaker sound.
Little tank had better get to the beach soon.
So let's see what we can do to help it. We're also going to plug in an EQ that will lift some of those high frequencies in that zone, probably here in the 4K-ish bit.
Little tank had better get to the beach soon.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe actually, you know what? Let's make it a little bit higher. And then let's ramp this even slower.
Little tank had better get to the beach soon.
Let's see if this is helping or if we're just making more problems for ourselves.
Mama's almost out of mana. Little tank had better get to the beach soon and buy me a drink.
So it might. We're losing some dialogue, so we need to pump it up. Let's see here. If we're just going to go crazy, we might as well help ourselves off the cliff.
Mama's almost out of mana. Little tank had better get to the beach soon.
So what that means is all of these things can come up, and I'm just going to do it in the world. Actually, and the word had is like nowhere, right? We need to help the word had. It was nowhere anyway.
Tank had
even more.
Tank had better get
even more. Way up there.
Tank had better get to the beach soon and buy me a drink.
Cool. Now we're going to look at automation because I don't want to mess up all this nice stuff that I have here. We're going to look at the volume, which is going, wow, look at that. And we did all this distance to mixing stuff,
Tank had
which I'm going to kill because it's now going to serve a higher purpose, which is to be heard over our surf fix of that noise.
Little tank had better get to the beach soon and buy me a drink.
And then soon is like not so loud. Jump to the marker. Zoom in here. Something like this.
Beach soon.
There we go. So let's see if it, I mean, if you like it any better.
Mama's almost out of mana. Little tank had better get to the beach soon and buy me a drink.
It's a tough call, right? You're like, well, it's so much noise. Well, let's turn it off for a second and see if we like it.
Mama's almost out of mana. Little tank had better get to the beach soon and buy me a drink.
I'm going to say it's successful. I'm going to extend it even further. It covers up 70% of it, right? Let's see here.
Just out of mana. Little tank.
And let's make this actually go like this.
Little tank had better get to the beach soon and buy me a drink, or the magic spells will be all dried up.
It actually goes, this whole line has all that nonsense in it as well.
Little tank had better get.
In fact, I'm going to slide this over so that the biggest part of the wave is at the worst part of the audio and do this.
Little tank had better get to the beach soon and buy me a drink, or the magic.
Better swell, better swell.
Little tank had better get to the beach soon and buy me a drink, or the magic spells will be all dried up.
And then the little kid fills this in over here.
Little tank had better get to the beach soon and buy me a drink, or the magic spells will be all dried up.
All right, that's good. Let's make our list. Yes, please. And maybe you'll make yours, if we're lucky. Get my handy dandy listy wisty out. Special golden pen that you can't see. No, I'm kidding. Here we go.
What? Got out of yoga class for you. I got your text. Forgot to put my phone on silent. It was?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it sounded urgent.
Did it?
Mama's almost out of mana. Little tank had better get to the beach soon and buy me a drink, or the magic spells will be all dried up.
And it's freaking out.
Will be all dried up.
That sounds urgent to me, doesn't it? I mean, where would you big tanks be without...
And it's still freaking out.
Where would you big tanks be without your healer? Squish. Big jelly in a tin can in 10 seconds flat, squished by some monster.
And it's really freaking out. It's going back.
Shush!
Is there a problem?
Do you want everyone on this beach to know that you play video games?
Oh, honey. What, are you scared of a little fantasy? Come on, lighten up. It's just a game.
Fine. So when you said you weren't going to heal me before, I mean, did you mean that? Well, heal me now, or I'll smite you.
Whoosh.
What was that?
Dot.
A dot.
Damage over time. You won't feel anything now, but by the time you get home, you'll be impotent for the rest of your life.
Zing.
What was that stupid?
That was a shield. It's a retroactive shield.
Oh, retroactive. How very direct and manly of you. Your shields won't last long.
Freaking out again.
Your shields won't last long. They'll be melted by my bikini chainmail.
You wear a bikini chainmail?
Chafes a bit, but it's shiny and slick.
Go on, give us a look.
And have everyone on this beach know that you're a warrior in your spare time and you wield swords and chase maidens around?
Maidens. Hey. Oh. Well, what's wrong? Are you okay?
Stop! Stop! Where are your shields now, you pathetic yoga teacher, Pia?
You can't just feign death and then go stabbity-stab on me. But I'll tell you why, because you're not a hunter.
You can't fight like that. You're a warrior, not a rogue.
Well, I just cast my pounce spell, didn't I?
Please give me a drink. I'm all out of mana.
I'll tell you what, I've got some asanas for that.
I'll show you an asana you'll never forget.
Okay, one last note. Ambiances leave too soon. All right, I've got what? 7 notes? What did you get? Probably got 40. For me, back at the top we go to 7 seconds in. The footsteps here can be less in general, I think. I think they're just too strong. And there's that, and we'll forward over to 20 seconds, which is my next. The jacket just needs to be less.
Silent? It was?
And that might just be in his dialogue.
Phone on silent? It was?
That's
Phone on silent? It was?
Yeah, it is. Nothing I can do about that at the moment. And then out to 1 minute we go. 01, 01, 00, 00. And that's it. It's just less.
No, it's just a game. No, it's just a game. No, it's just a game.
There we go. And then out to 14. Did you mean that? Needs to be less.
Heal me before, I mean. Did you mean that?
Yeah, that's loud.
So when you said you weren't going to heal me before, I mean. Did you mean that?
Nice. And then more leg foley on Becky while she's scraping up her leg.
Your shield.
Oh, retroactive. How very direct and manly of you. Your shields won't last long. They'll be melted by my bikini chainmail.
Your shield.
Oh, retroactive. How very direct and manly of you. Your shields won't last long. They'll be melted by my bikini chainmail.
Especially
your shield.
Oh, retroactive. How very direct and manly of you. Your shields won't last long. They'll be melted by my bikini chainmail.
You wear a bikini?
Let's see if that works.
Oh, Red Director, how very direct and manly of you. Your shields won't last long. They'll be melted by my bikini chainmail.
Yeah,
Your bikini.
that's sexy. 220 now, the penultimate one.
You can't fight like that. You're a warrior, not a rogue.
Well, I just cast my pounce spell, didn't
Just a little more music.
You can't fight like that. You're a warrior, not a rogue.
Well, I just cast my pounce spell, didn't I?
Just that, and then the ambiences feel like they fall off. I had a fun cutting them off, but I think they've cut off a little too much.
I'll tell you what, I've got some asanas for that.
I'll show you an asana you'll never forget.
Okay, it's certainly not that one. It's the direct channels that we messed with too much.
I'll tell you what, I've got some asanas for that.
I'll show you an asana you'll never forget.
Yeah, with the kid at the end, that's funny.
I'll tell you what, I've got some asanas for that.
I'll show you an asana you'll never forget.
And there you go, the Beaches mix. Not too bad considering the horrors that we had early on. Cool. You got to do whatever you got to do to make those little tweezing final mix moments happen super fast and super efficiently. You don't have to take my word for how to do it, whether you use buses or VCAs, it doesn't matter. Whatever you do to go fast, and make everybody happy so you can get a great mix, do it. That's just my suggestions, and I'm totally open to how you make that final mix stuff happen faster. Tell us on the Cinema Sound blog. Love to hear it. In the meantime, we'll see you in post.